First of all, I'd like to say that I'm very much honored to be here, to speak here on behalf of the gold sponsor of the conference. But you shouldn't be worried. I was clearly informed by the organizer what I shouldn't say today. So all the instructions were sent to me via email. So I'll try to be today an excellent example that e-learning really works. So I won't do any promotional speech or sales speech here. But to be rather on the safe side, I try to discuss with you things what I believe publishing industry, which I'll represent a little bit, and the teachers also do wrong or understand wrong about the changes in our environment. So I'll try to start with a very basic concept that teaching process is led today, always was led by experts. Publishers, teachers are very much feel like an experts, comparing them to students. So we believe it's right now. But I'd like to confront this concept with the term you probably know, concept of digital natives. So we believe that the world today, including education, is changing very much by technology. And our learners are also very much changed from those we know. So the question, who is an expert today, is probably quite relevant. I'd like to extend a little bit the term of digital native into the technology native. So let's try to make a quick summary what kind of a technology we are native to together here in this room with our learners. So first guess, we're on the safe side. Wheel is definitely what we know. Telephone, 19th century, I think all of us are on board. First broadcast television, 1928, I believe, it's fine still. Color television, 54. Okay. Please do not raise hands. PC computers, 1970. I have to step off, unfortunately. World Wide Web, telephone, mobile telephone, we are not there. What is really frightening that all those devices, all those gadgets, technologies are very well familiar to our learners. But this is not the only thing we should be afraid of. The other thing is that there are a number of what I call the IT-based social behaviors, which are very familiar to, they are very native to, and we are not. How many teachers, how many publishers have an account on Facebook, on MySpace? How many of them are really based on the LinkedIn? I'm not so sure. I do not know the statistics, but I'm afraid this is a little bit not enough for our learners. What is also, I think, a little bit frightening, at least to me, that our learners do know that they are different from us. This is the very nice article I've read about the teachers' web literacy on the internet. I have just copied one comment from the student posted below this article, says, okay, they also do the same, they're also laughing. So, can we bridge the gap? Can we somehow catch up with the development? Can we somehow be closer to our learners? I just copied several examples here which demonstrates the technological development. You all know this is really a trivial thing. It is exponential. So the important technological steps are happening much quicker every day. And what I try to show is that they are happening even quicker than the generation change. What does it mean? It means that even within one generation, there won't be a coherent community of learners because these changes will be much quicker than 25, 27 years, which is probably a generation change. So now we should ask ourselves a relevant question. Can we at all get them somehow? Can we just bridge the gap between us and learners? And I think I'd like to ask really an important question. It is at all possible that older people will teach younger ones. Does it sound very futuristic? Maybe. So let's make a short evaluation how different our learners are from us. This is my personal experience. I just take a look at my 14-year-old son at his desktop. I just make a screenshot and just ask him, how can you work with that, the massive amount of application open simultaneously? You are doing the geography lesson for the tomorrow, but you are playing online game at the same time, have a communicator open and emailing everything. What was the answer? The answer was, Daddy, it's simple. I can't do this because I've arranged it in 9 different desktops. The one I saw was just the one of 9 he has actually opened. Okay, you can see how different are they, how multi-sourcing and multitasking are they, at least comparing to me. I have really a problem to speak to you at the same time press a single button on that device. But I think the changes that technology made to our learners is even more fundamental. This is a very interesting research made by the Professor Dylak from the Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań. He researched how usage of internet is changing our reading skills. They used the eye tracking device to check how users are reading text from screen. They divided the testing group into two groups. One was intensive internet user, another group was non-intensive, some kind of non-intensive users. So the regular people like me, reading linearly. So the eyes moving line by line, article by article. This is how the eyes move. The lines represent, they move the eyes through the screen. But this is how the average screen of the intensive internet user looks like. They do not read linearly. They are just jumping from a word to another one, from one article to another one. This is a totally different way of reading. What is also interesting that when they did the same research based on a static paper-based text, the results are exactly the same. So on paper, non-intensive users of internet reading linearly, the intensive users read it non-linearly. What also occurs from that study that the intensive user memorizing information much better. So this non-linear reading lets them, allow them to memorize information by far better than the linear reading. What is also interesting that those active internet users reading static text, static text quicker, but they are not quicker on the reading web-based text because they are taking care about other elements which are totally skipped by the non-internet friendly users. The eye fixation is quicker, but what is also very interesting that for those users, speed reading skill emerge spontaneously. So they simply get this knowledge just because of the using of the technology. It is also important to understand how do they understand the distance to the information, the way how they can access the information. When I was at school, when I needed to go to get some information, I need to go to library. It took me days. Typically, I didn't do it the same day, or at least hours if I was in a hurry. But today, if they have mobile devices in their hand, constantly connected to the internet, they are simply, in a matter of seconds, from any information they can search. My father-in-law sometimes has a difficulty to stay longer for the football matches in the night. But the first question he's asking to his grandson in the morning, what was the score? Because he is holding the PDA and connect immediately to the internet, can check the result. This is how older can learn from younger. So this is the process. Obviously, the mobile devices are not the last word. We are already aware of research is being made in technical universities, especially in Technical University of Gdańsk, about the multimodal interfaces. So probably the distance to the information will even shrink further when we have a direct eye, ear, or even brain connections. So let's take a look also at the phenomena how the young learners learn today. What do they use for learning? This is an example of a study we've made for kind of educational web services in Poland. On the left side, you have a number of users, monthly users for the sites which are led by students. So when the students help each other to learn. On the right side, you have a kind of an official websites published by either publishers or Ministry of Education. You will see that the number of users is by far bigger in those led by students. What is even more, let's say, differentiating that those official sites are very much static. Publishers and ministry posted simply content to the web, then teacher can look for and search for. While on the students-led services, they are pretty much based on the forums. So they are pretty much easy to, it's very easy to just send a question and they get really immediate answer from the people of the same background, same age. The answer is pretty much based, in most cases, on their experience. The forums will create really authorities, kind of a people who other people trust very much. And this is something how they learn. Obviously, learning from each other is not a new concept. It was always there. But what is new in our case is the scale of that. These are millions of students today, even in a single country, which are learning each other.